Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, today is a presentation for our new course that is Python for data analysis. Python for data analysis. Python for data analysis. And we have our instructor here. And I want to remind you before I invite the instructor to come in that we have a lot of free courses now on PatMacTech website. If you contact us, if you are not registered yet, if you register, we are going to put you on the free courses, and then you will be able to enjoy the free courses as they go. Currently, as it stands, we are accredited by NetAdec, NetAcad, that's the Networking Academy, and we are here. We are pushing forward. If you're here, you are interested, let us know. We'll put you on the free courses. It is important because we live in a world of data at the moment. Very interesting piece. Okay, so I wouldn't waste much time. I will leave the screen for our instructor. Mr. Emmanuel lives in Ghana. He's a networking. I will leave the introduction for him to do. I don't want to destroy his credentials, so I'll leave the introduction for him to do. So, Mr. Emmanuel, good evening.
Yes, good evening, sir.
Okay, so I'll leave the screen for you.
Okay. Thank you very much, my boss. And as you said, my name is Emmanuel Opon, living in Ghana, and I graduated with BSc Accounting. Also, I've been enrolled in so many programs, and I've completed most of them. Some Python with data analysis and other courses. Currently, I'm pursuing the system engineering in one of the schools in Ghana, and I'll be your instructor for today for this course, Python for data analysis. And I would like to start with what is Python. Please, can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you clearly. We can hear you clearly. Thank you.
Okay. Then we have heard so much about Python nowadays, and I think most of you here have heard about Python. And with this presentation, I'm going to take you through some of the Python, the why Python, the meaning of Python, and other stuff. But we might not go into details because when you join the class, I think you get everything that you need, for this program. So I'll first start with what is Python? Python. Some would say it's a snake, but I bet it differ. Python is one of the most popular languages, as in programming languages that we have nowadays. And it was being created by somebody called Van Rossum in 1991. It's very popular because we have something called high-level programming languages with general purpose and everything.
Yeah.
We have so many languages like Java. Hello?
KitKat. We have KitKat in this house.
Yeah, hello?
I'm sorry, we can hear you. It was somebody's mic which was on mute, but I'll be regulating that for you, so don't worry about it. Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, thank you very much. We have so many programming languages. We have Python, we have JavaScript, and a whole lot. And nowadays, because of the AI and everything that we do nowadays, most of them are being controlled by Python because we use Python to develop most of the software and everything, and most of them are being done by Python. And as I said, it's a high-level programming language. It entails a whole lot. It has so many libraries that we use, not for only data analysis purpose, but it has a lot of functions. So we will be doing the data analysis with the Python, as I said. Somebody will ask, why Python? Python, works with different platforms, whether you are using Windows, Linux, Mac, or whatever that you are using. You can install Python on it. MacBook already has Python installed on it when you buy it, but that one is Python 2. But we'll be focusing much on Python 3 and other libraries. And it says Python has a simple syntax similar to English language. The moment you understand the English language, then definitely you understand Python. Basically, that's what is Python. Because it's like you speaking to your brother or sister. That's how the language works. It's not all that complex. Some people might be thinking, oh, but I'm not a programmer, so how will I be able to, learn this programming language? That's why you are here. PatMacTech will take you through everything from the scratch. We don't need any prerequisite knowledge about programming languages and other stuff. We'll take you through everything. Don't worry, just relax. We'll take you through everything for you to understand what it means. You will dive a lot into programming. As you said, we'll take you through step by step. We'll be guiding you to do everything. Python also has a syntax that allows developers to write programs with fewer lines. Those programmers will testify about Python. Me, I'm a programmer as well. So if you are a programmer and you are here, and you understand the Python language, you will testify that Python has, the syntax that allows programmers to write only fewer lines of code, because it's not more complex as other languages. So as I said, it's like an English language, so we can take you to everything. And the next one is Python can be treated in a procedural way. I'll take you through that. We have the object-oriented programming. When we start the class or when you join our class, everything about this will be understand, and you take you through everything as I said. Now let's move on to the next slide. We have something called what Python can do. As I started, I've already explained some of the various functions of what Python can do. We use Python to do a lot of stuff. Nowadays, the web applications and everything that we do on the web, most of them are being done by Python. You have software development. There are so many software that nowadays we use Python to do it. I have one software that I'm working on, and I might say that I'm using Python to develop it's a banking software. Actually, I'm in the banking field, so I have fun, when doing anything about banking and data analysis. So I have a software that I'm working on now, and I'm using Python as well. We have database systems. We have a lot of languages for database and other stuff. But initially Python was used for most of the front end development stuff. But then, please, somebody should mute him.
Don't worry. I got it. I'll sort it out for you.
All right. So we have a lot of backend program that we use Python to do it. And we have another one is mathematics. Whatever we are talking here, we are talking about mathematics, but don't be afraid, because when you talk about mathematics, some of us, we feel very shaky. But don't worry. Data analysis, for us being PatMacTech, you joining us, you make everything easy for you. So don't worry about the mathematics and other stuff. That one includes the data analysis that we are dealing with currently. There are a lot of things that goes into the mathematics. As I've already said, Python has a lot of libraries that we use to make our work very easy for us. And all you need to just join PatMacTech so that we take you through everything step by step and be able to understand everything. Because data is fun. It's fun to be working with data. Now, the next one is, what is data? In a simple term, it says data is a raw fact. When you were in school, when the lecturer or the teacher just asks you, what is data? You know, somebody will just raise up the hand and be like, oh, data is a raw fact. Yeah, it's true. Very, very true. Raw fact, very, very true. And I have a dictionary definition for data. It said facts and statistics collected together for referencing or analysis. Now there appears another word that will be dealing with the analysis and the references. So, you know, data is something that doesn't have a meaning. So we can just have a bunch of data, you know, collected for a certain purpose. You know, when you first have the data, you know, we cannot make a meaning of it, so we call it a raw fact. That is, it's raw until you analyze it, know the ins and the outs of what of the data. There you get what a definition or a meaning to the data that you have collected. You know, he said data has become an invaluable asset for the organization in various industries, playing a significant role in modern world business practices. You know, nowadays everything that we do here on this planet is about data. Everything is about data. And you know, I used to say that human beings are data. Nowadays, everything about us is data. You know, how we do our things, whatever we want to buy, and everything is data. Even we ourselves, the human beings, are data. So you know, and nowadays data play a very crucial role when it comes to the business settings. You know, some of the companies are investing massively in data because that is what will give you the edge in the on your side of what on your field of what play or your industry, because everything you need data to guide you in order to what, make a very what important decision to help your company and your customers as well. Now, let's talk about the analysis. You know, analysis. Everybody say analysis. You've heard a lot about analysis. You know, the simple definition is what a detailed examination of an element. You know, so here we will say a detailed analysis of what, of data. So we go through, you dive much into data, and what, turning it upside down. You know, to help to give meaning to it, so that we'll be examining what the data that we what we're dealing with. And we have the data analysis, the process we're using analytical. These are what the various definitions of what of data what analysis. So basically this is what we are going to do. The process, you know, we are going to pass through certain process, you know, using the analytical and the statistical tools. You know, one of them is Python. So we are going to use it to, you know, make meaning out of the data that we will be what we will be dealing with. Now let's move to the next slide. You have 4 types of what data analysis. Basically, these are what the types that we have. There are a lot of types. Some people will give you this and that, but basically these are what some of the types of what data analysis. You have the descriptive, the descriptive what analysis. You know, when you first get the data, we have the various what as I said, the various types that like the description. It deals with what the insight. That's the foundation. You know, that is the simplest or the common use of what data in business today. Description what analysis answers the question, what happened? You know, when you have a data and maybe something has happened and you are being called to go and do analysis of what happened. See, the first thing that you're going to do, or the question that you're going to ask is, what happened? You know, when you ask that question and you are being given the data, you know, that one, we call it descriptive what analysis. That is, you are going to find out what really happened, and in the course of doing that, you say you are doing what a descriptive what analysis. And some of the business application of the descriptive analysis are monthly revenues reports and what. And, you know, I work in the banking sector, so I dealt mostly almost 90% of my activities are database. You know, I deal with the what you call the remittances, so the inflows and outflows of, you know, currencies in Ghana and outside Ghana. And We have a lot of data that always, each and every day, we have to, digest them and give meaning to it. The money coming in and out, and everything that we do are what are considered to be, most of them are considered to be what? Descriptive. Now, let's move on to the next one. That's the diagnostics. When you go to, let's say you go to the hospital and the doctor said they are going to be diagnosed, we have all heard about those things called diagnostic, or you are going to be diagnosed. That one deals with going to find out the cause of what the outcome. And it says organization make use of this type of analysis as it creates more what connection between data and identifiers. Identifies what pattern of behavior. When you start putting the puzzles together, that's where you're going to find out what's really happening, or the connection between those data that you have collected. When you do that, you say you are doing what? The diagnostic analysis. As I say, everything that we are going to do, all the types, you are going to combine them, everything. And when you start the class, you're going to understand everything perfectly. We will not deal with only the theory, but we are going to dive more into the practical aspect so that you know what we are talking about. And the next one has to do with the predictive. When you talk about predictive, nowadays, the APL and the Champions League are on it. So when you talk about doing predictive analysis, some people say, oh, we are going to predict that this person is going to win by 2 goals or maybe 1 or something. People are always predicting. Those who are much into sports, they're going to predict what might happen. Some people are sure that this team is going to meet with this team. These people might score these people, and those are the predictive. Some happens, but some don't. But with this data that we are going to deal with, we are going to dive much into what is likely to happen per your data that you have collected, what is bound to happen. And in the business field, mostly we use for risk analysis and what sales forecasting. When you are working with people, or when you are doing a lot of sales, always you need to be strategic in dealing with your people, your customers, and others, in order to because you are in business and you want to make a lot of sales, you need to find the various strategies in order to help to increase sales. And with that, you have to do a predictive analysis so that you can be able to predict what might happen and what your customers might feel satisfying when you give it to them, or when you offer those kind of service to them. And you have the prescriptive analysis. That's the point here, combining all the insight that you have gotten from the various types, you combine everything, then you make you take a necessary action, or you implement those stuff. And mostly, and nowadays, we all heard about AI. AI is basically, a robot doing all this kind of analysis for you. The data that especially when you are using some software like ChatGPT and the various AI tools, the various information that you get anytime you just key in something, all of them are a bunch of data that they have stored. And the moment you request for it, then they send it back to you. Then you will be like, oh wow, yeah, this thing, everything that happens with AI, and the AI is being up to was something called the data, and the robots are doing the various analysis, and you getting the feedback on your screens. Now, let's move on to the next one, the data analyst job. The data analyst job, as I've already shared with you, every time, every day, me sitting here, I deal with data. So when you talk about the job, basically we use tools to uncover the pattern and identify inconsistency. As I said, I deal with remittances basically. So you need to be always having tools to help you with the various things, or whatever is happening. You need to find out what is happening. And when you have those ideas about data, and you are an expert in data analysis, that one will always help you in order to increase what your sales. And basically, that's what you are going to do every day. You need tools, to cover the patterns and identify inconsistency. If something is happening in the company, you are the most important person that you'll be consulted to know what is happening, and you should be in the position to help your company in order to improve sales and help them increase their finances. And we use information to help companies to make smarter decisions. I've already mentioned this. Every time the company is relying on you for you to give them a proper and a good analysis to help them to make their decisions, and you are the only person with this knowledge who can help your company to grow. The last one is data analysis play an important role, as I've already said, in the business industries, because it helps organizations improve their operations, increase their revenue margin, and meet their customer needs. I've already said all these things, and let's move on to the next one. We have key benefits of what data analysis. I've already mentioned most of them, but I'll highlight on this these 5. Then we continue. Enhance decision-making capabilities. I've mentioned this a couple of times. And the next one is customer insight and personalization. When you have a bunch of data, like let's take, for instance, you have a product which is on the market for people to buy, for you to get a feedback, to improve the various products that are being issued out. You need data from your salespeople, to digest it, to find out how your market is or how your products are being patronized on the market. So you need all those insights from the various customers, to help you to make an informed decision. We have the improved work efficiency. A lot of work are being done by data analysis, and with those huge data that always you have to deal with. When you are able to do everything perfectly with the knowledge that you are going to give it to you, when you are able to do everything, it will improve your work efficiency. Because you have an idea about the tools that you are going to use, the various aspects of the various tools that you are going to use, and the various ideas that you have in order to be able to digest the various data might help you to improve your work. And also we have, it streamlines your operations, make everything easy, everything just continue smoothly. When you don't have your way out with data, sometimes when you are being given the data, to analyze and find meanings to it, you find yourself wanting. You might be there and you'll be like, you don't know what to do, and those things doesn't help. That's why you are here with PatMacTech, and we are going to take you through everything from the scratch, from the beginning. We don't need any knowledge, about data analysis. We are going to do everything perfectly for you. The last one I'm going to talk about is the high demand in job market. Nowadays, I've already everything that we do is about data. So when you have the data analytics skills, it's a plus for you, and wherever you go, irrespective of your location, you can be able to work everywhere and also be able to analyze every data that you come across. And when you are able to do that with these skills, you are going to be needed in every field, being the pharmaceutical, the banking, everywhere, schools, everywhere, every field that we can mention of, you'll be seated there, because every field deals with data. Now, the next one I'm going to share to you guys is the kind of the jobs, or let me say what data analyst has been going through the various procedure of data analysis. You can be able to become. You can become a data scientist. A data scientist, that is, the role is about working to deeply understand and analyze data to improve actionable insight. That's what data scientists, that's what they do. and you having these skills, you can be able to do everything now. Let's come down to the average salary. These ones are from the United States. The average salary, according to our data scientist salary article, the average what for a role in the US is what 102,988. These are the what average. So as I say, it's a high demand skill that you need. And let's go to the last part. Say the cost to start with. Data science with what Python. The reason why I'm sharing all these things, when you go through all of them, you are going to they are going to mention about Python. So that gives you an idea of how important what Python is for the data analyst. We have business intelligence analysts, come down to the average salary about 88,000. So basically, when you are a data analyst, you are needed in every field. And the job responsibility, collecting and analyzing data to help organizations to make better decisions. So the only skill that we need is to be able to find your way out with data, and you are good to go. The next one is data engineer. Now let's move on to the skills required. A strong programming or skills in language such as what Python. Python also comes in again. So Python is one of the programming languages that can help you when it comes to data analysis. Now, we'll share these slides to you guys so that you can be able to go through them on our website. Okay, so the next one is business analyst. So as I've already mentioned, everything is about data, and you'll be able to analyze it, and that one will always help you with your business or with any company that you are being part of. Now, let's now ask the marketing analyst, marketing what? Analytics what? Sorry, analytics what? Manager. The moment you have your way out with data, you are going to go. You can become everything that you want to. Let's move on to the last one, the course to start with. Marketing analysis with Python skill track. Everything you need Python. And PatMacTech is here to help you, to take you through everything that you need to know so that you can become a data analyst, a financial analyst, or an advertising marketing analyst manager, and everything that you want to become. All you need is just learn the Python and also being able to have your way out with data. And, the next one can become risk analyst, data government analyst. Most of me, I'm in Ghana here, so I'll talk about Ghana. In this election year, you will hear the politicians saying, "Oh, I've gathered data, and this is what the data is giving us concerning the needs of the people and others," and a whole lot of stories. Always they make mention of data, especially. I'm not doing politics here, especially the MPPs running with Mr. Bawumia. You hear him always talking about data. So you know how important data is. It's being used when you master the skills of data analysis and Python, you can become any of the governmental institutions, the most critical areas that deals with data. You can also be part of that, group. The one I want to ask, or one thing I want to share is why choose PatMacTech for your data analysis course. When I was preparing this, this one really hits me. I was asking myself, why do people should come to PatMacTech, to be able to learn the skills of data analysis. And one thing that we PatMacTech, one thing that we hold in high esteem is the kind of people that we have. Let me say the bigger fish. The bigger fish, who is the backbone of this company, is a data analyst, and everything that he does is what is data. When he wakes up, whatever he does is data. And we have our various lecturers who will take us through, or who will be able to assist each and every one, irrespective of the background, to be able to go through the process of you being able to analyze data and make good meaning from it. You know, PatMacTech is here to help you with everything that you know, because we say PatMacTech, we give you nothing but the best. And the next one, I would like to share this. They frequently, ask questions. I think I've answered most of them, but I have to take you guys through. How can I become a data analyst? How can I become a data analyst? The simple answer that I will give to each and everyone is that you must develop the relevant technical and soft skills, such as interpreting and analyzing data, learning about programs such as SQL, Python, and the SQL. When you start the course, you got to understand all these things that I'm talking about. And as I said, if you want to become, you need to learn these soft skills and these languages. And PatMacTech will take you through everything that you need to. The next one is what skills do data analysis need? I've mentioned them several times. The most important skills that you need, the Python language, and also being able to have the skills, to be able to analyze data and give meaning to it. And what is the future scope of data analysis? Our daily life nowadays, everything is about data. So when you learn this skill, it will really, really help you and make you a useful person with any company that you find yourself, whether it being your own company or you being employed to assist a company, to help them to improve their decisions and everything. So how long does it take to be a data analyst? With PatMacTech, we say that we don't take much time to help people to be able to become the expert or the best, to be able to become the expert or the best. And my boss is here, and he will take us through the various things that we might need, and that will help us, and also with the months and everything that we will do in order to cover the various courses that we are going to learn. So I think that is my final slides to share with the team here.
Wow.
And I everybody.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Emmanuel. Thank you very much. And ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Emmanuel, as he said, is in Ghana. And then I think he gave an example of the Ghanaian elections as how they use data analysis in their activities and in their work. And then if you have been following, if you're a data person here, if you have been following data for a while, you know that now the whole world is going into data. The whole world has now entered the era of data. The fifth industrial revolution is all about data and technology. So I don't know if you have heard, now in London, they have now introduced this facial recognition thing that the moment they scan your face, you will let me just put myself on. So this is me, this is Patrick. So the moment they scan your face, they would use your data, and then they would use your data to fish out the type of advertisements that you would be seeing. So data is very important, and then data is playing a very important role, wherever or in any industry that you find yourself. So I will if you are here, if you are here, it means you are interested in what we are doing, and I will challenge you to take up the course and then see what you can do with it. If you are already, because we at PatMacTech, we have another course that's business intelligence development, where we treat SQL Server Management Studio, Power BI, and then that one to make you a data analyst. But with Python added to it, it makes you stand out. It makes you stand out in the job market. And if you if you care to know, I will quickly share something quickly and then show you. So if we say data, or let me just put in business. Oh, come on. Business intelligence develop, or let me say Python business intelligence, Python, and then job. You realize that there is a whole lot, that's going. It's there. You see, it's there that they are looking for. If you release or remove the Python, you would find unlimited jobs. And this is just the UK. This is just the UK. So this one is a contract. They are paying £200, £250 a day. This is just the UK. So I always say, and I always tell people that sorry about that. It all depends on you, how you would want to take the course and how you would want to commit yourself. That is how it is. So the Python course is good. And if you have any questions, ladies and gentlemen, this is the time you ask your question. If you cannot ask the question because of where you are, you can type your questions. I think some people have asked questions over there. I have replied. And then the video of this recording is going to be on our website, and the document, the slides, that one too is going to be on the website for easy download. You'll be able to download it. You can go through it. So if you need anything after the presentation too, you can either email me or call me. You can email me on info@patmactech.co.uk. You can even call me. If you are not calling from the UK, you must remember to add the country code to it. If you are calling from the UK, 01234 413 856, you would get to me anytime, anywhere, and then I will be there for you. If you have any question, please, this is the time you would ask the question, apart from the question that came in the messaging side. Apart from the questions that came in the messaging side. And also, if you are a professional, you want to switch, yes, you can switch. You call me, we will talk through and then get the lines right for you. If you are new to this whole thing, like the instructor said, we would also be with you along the way, and all will be well with you. So if there is no question, then this is where we'll bring our presentation to an end. Thank you very much for coming, and thank you very much for joining. The course will be starting on the 4th of October. And it is a Monday, Friday course. It's going to be in the evening, and then it will start from 7 o'clock to 10 o'clock, so 3 hours each evening, and then I believe it's going to run for 3 months. So just are we going to pay for the course? Yes, there is a fee for the course. So if you go on the website and then you check, I have the link over here. When you check there, you see every detail, every detail. If you need more clarification about the payment plan and stuff, you can also contact me, and then we will talk about it. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. If there's no question, then this is where we bring our presentation to an end. Thank you, and then may God be with you.